Hey VC, it's Mike at Hope Tunes. How's everyone doing? Thought I would do a quick little vinyl finds for this week. I found some really cool stuff. I do some shopping. We got a lot of record stores in Chicago. I'm really lucky. I probably have 10 or 12 within 45 minutes of my house, which is really nice. The crate digging at used bins in different Goodwill shops and stuff like that is not good because of the fact that we have so many record stores that people just bring their records there and get money for them. But I'm very lucky, very lucky. I have a great shop up in Evanston, Illinois called Squeezebox. Big shout out to Tim. Great guy. Great little store, cleanest vinyl around, brings in a lot of new jazz releases. I'm there every Friday morning and find everything I want, probably too much. So I'm just gonna do a quick little vinyl finds and we'll see what we got there. I've been picking up the PJ Harvey releases. This is the new one for this week. Stories from the City and Stories from the Sea. Probably my favorite PJ Harvey album. Not sure. There's a couple of the earlier ones I really like too. But I love the way that she's doing. I love the way that she's doing these, reissuing her whole catalog with the album and then the demos. The demos are fantastic. I picked up all the releases. I think we're up to 4 now, 3 or 4, maybe 4. And I've gotten the demos with each album. So you get the album and then the demos to, as a companion piece. And I have not listened to the demos for this one yet. I hear they're great, but the demos for like Rid of Me and the album before that are fantastic. Really good. In fact, some of the demos are better than the actual album. Don't tell PJ. So I've been picking up these and I can't wait to continue those. I made a purchase this week. This was an online purchase, eBay. I don't seek out the Mofis generally. If it's an album that I absolutely love, then I'll grab it. If something falls in my lap and it's a reasonable price, I usually grab it. I probably have 25 or 30 of them. They're all great for the most part. I think I mentioned in my last video about the Santana 3. I wasn't as impressed with that, but I got it for like $30, so I'm not crying over that. But I did pick up this Grateful Dead Blues for Allah. Came out. They did this week. Some pressings were released. I don't know how many, but from what I've heard is they did 4,000 of them, and everything. It was back in print for 10 minutes. Everything sold out. It's all out. Everything's in the stores. Everything is on the market. So if you see this, grab it. There's no more. They're not printing anymore. This is it. But I bought this on eBay a couple weeks ago, and it just arrived this week. And I mean, it's great. It sounds phenomenal. It's probably one of their better, jazzier albums. 45 rounds per minute. The thing that made this a little different, and I did buy this before I knew that the new lot was going to be released. It's a test pressing. As you can see, there is no number on there. Does it make it any different? No. It sounds the same. It's same packaging. Everything's the same. It's same label. It's not like a white label pressing or promo. It's just a promo Mofi of Blues for Allah by the Grateful Dead. So I picked it up. It wasn't cheap, but it also wasn't completely outrageous. So pleased to have it. Very pleased to have it. This came out. I saw this last week and I grabbed it. My favorite Aretha, wow, that glare's ugly. My favorite Aretha Franklin album. Young, Gifted, Black. It's got Rocksteady on it. That's all you need to know. This is such a great album. Really nice pressing too. Really impressive. I think this was the. I think it's a Rhino. I'm not sure. Yeah, it might be. It's a really nice pressing. It sounds fantastic, and it's on a beautiful cream colored yellowish vinyl. It's really pretty. Yeah, it sounds really, really nice. I was actually really surprised because I swear I bought it for like $19. So anytime you can do that, fantastic. Pick it up. One of her best. And then I've been getting into this. I think I mentioned it in maybe my second video. It might have been my second vinyl finds. I'm not sure. I've done 4 videos and I'm already forgetting stuff that happened in video number 2. You'll get used to that theme. This is Ohm. This is their second album. They have a new album coming out in 2021. This one is probably my favorite. I believe it's called Parts, and it's really good. I don't know if anyone's familiar with them. I'm sure many people are. They opened for Wilco a couple of tours ago, and then everything shut down. So they kind of disappeared for a little bit. They're very, how do you describe them? 2 girls. They have a drummer also. I've seen them once without the drummer. It was more of an acoustic-y set. I saw them up in Evanston. They opened for Jeff Tweedy, who was doing a solo show up there right before lockdown. And they're kind of fuzzy, little psych, little acoustic too. Really tough to describe. I think people would really like them. They also came with a little 45, one single-sided 45, and it is on a beautiful. Probably one of the, I'm not a big colored vinyl person. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm not a huge colored vinyl person. If it's available, I'll pick it up. Generally, it doesn't really matter to me. But I couldn't turn that one down. Isn't that gorgeous? That's side B. Really pretty album. This is my favorite of their 3. I haven't got the first one yet, I don't believe. But I do have the most recent one. And that's really, really nice too. But I highly recommend this, Parts by Ohm. Cool stuff. Then I did a little jazz. I did a little jazz shopping, so we're gonna talk. I got 4 jazz records. I'll ramble through real quick. The black jazz labels that are being reissued. I hear such great reviews over. All of them get great reviews. Not all of them are really in my jazz wheelhouse. Some of them are a little more free jazz, which I like to a point, but I still need some structure. Like some of the later Coltrane stuff just does nothing for me. And in fact, I find it kind of annoying. But I love the earlier, more melodic, structured Coltrane. So I've avoided picking these up because every time I walk into the store, there's 1 or 2 sitting there on the shelf looking at me, and so I dove in this time. I picked up Gene Russell, "Talk to My Lady." This is, of the 2, this is the one I like the most. It's more hard bop-ish. You got Henry Franklin, who seems to be a mainstay on a lot of these black label or black jazz labels releases. Henry Franklin on bass, Calvin Keys on guitar. Any jazz that's guitar based or has a guitar in the band, I'm all over. That's my main wheelhouse. So yeah, Calvin Keys on guitar, he's terrific, absolutely terrific. Charles Weaver on conga drums, Eddie G on tambourine, and Gene Russell, who also, this is his titled album. He's also on a lot of these other releases too. Gene Russell on Fender Rhodes and Steinway pianos. So this is fantastic. It's recorded in L.A. 1973. So I highly recommend this one, Gene Russell, Talk to My Lady. This one's fantastic. And then I picked up this one, Roland Hayes, Second Wave. And this one's good too. I listened to the other one a couple of times. I've only listened to this one once. In fact, I think I only listened to side one. So I probably can't make a definitive choice between the two. But this one's fantastic. Roland Hayes on keyboard, Kirk Lightsey on keyboard, Henry Franklin again on bass, and Carl Burnett on drums. And this it's fun. I really like it. It's very, very organ based. This one's 1975, so this is a few years later. But definitely pick these guys up. They're not super cheap. I think these were $26. They're pressed beautiful. I mean, it's a good pressing and care has gone into it when it's got a plastic sleeve inside and not paper. And then they give you a little essay and a little background on black jazz records. And I'll show you the label. Maybe. And the black jazz label. I think they're all kind of the same coloring. So these are the first two I picked up, and I'm really enjoying them. I'm going to probably spin this one when we're done with this video. So yeah, check those out if you get a chance, and if they're reasonably priced. I mean, $26 for a record these days really isn't all that bad. But they were blind buys. I had never heard anything about them or anything on them. And then my next one was a steal, and I absolutely love this, is George Benson, Beyond the Blue Horizon with Ron Carter and Jack DeJohnette. This is cool. This is a really cool record, and I got it for like $6. It's really nice. George Benson on guitar, Ron Carter on bass, Jack DeJohnette on drums, and then on organ is Clarence Palmer, who I'm not real familiar with, but he adds a real nice punch to this album. It's good. I like George Benson, and I love this era of George Benson. This is a 1979. I thought it was a little earlier, but yeah, this is 1979. It was recorded. It was recorded in 1971 at Van Gelder. So yeah, it is recorded earlier, released on CTI. It's got that little bit of a CTI overproduction, but not too much. It's really cool. If you ever get a chance, pick this up. George Benson, Beyond the Blue Horizon. I've seen it in stores for the last couple of years, and I always pass it by because it's super cheap. This guy's in nice condition too. It's got the CTI. It's in really good condition. It hums. It's beautiful, and even the sleeve is in really top shape. Then I picked up this, which I had heard great things about. Been kind of getting into Shelly Manne lately. I don't know why. Just been reading and looking and doing stuff, and Shelly Manne has popped up a lot. But this is the Hampton Hawes 4 with Barney Kessel, Shelly Manne, and Red Mitchell on contemporary. I have not listened to it yet, but I'm super excited. I've heard really good things about this. The cover's, I don't know, a little cheesy, but yeah, it's a great album. Supposedly, it's 1958, and it's on contemporary. This is a Japanese pressing that I picked up from the 70s, and it's going to be exciting to listen to, because I don't know what it is. I have just been, I think I'm going to expand my Shelly Manne collection. I don't have much, so you know, up on deck is going to be a lot of that. There's always something on deck, right? This is you get the I'll show you that so you can read it. Of course you can't read it unless you're fluent in Japanese and you have readers like me, because that is some tiny ass print. And that is really all my vinyl finds for this week. I think that's enough. Gives me plenty to listen to over the weekend. That's it. Got a few things in the mail coming in. Probably gonna do a video. I got a couple ideas for some stuff, and then Mazzy shot off a video the other day for International Women's Month. So I think I might do a little. I might follow off that and do maybe a little tribute to some of these amazing, talented women that we surround ourselves in our collection. And yeah, so I think that might be the next video, and keep this going. You guys have fun. Questions, comments, snide remarks in the comments, and I will talk to you soon.